I grew up in an oil town, and I was always curious about what was going on out in the field. I had some summer jobs as a kid working in the oil field, and quickly discovered that where I was really interested was in all the big pieces of equipment, and that led me into engineering. I did my undergraduate work at the University of Wyoming, and from there ended up at the University of Houston. One of the things about UH is that there is a very high expectation of excellence. So during the research work itself, during the preparation of the papers that we published, all of those took the highest level of scrutiny. And I think that was very, very important. So I entered industry with a very high set of expectations for the work that I would do. I was very fortunate in that the University of Houston has strong relations with many oil companies in the area, and one of which was Shell. So during my time at UH, I made some contacts with the Shell Research Organization. We began a bit of collaboration, and so when it came time to look for a job, I was able to basically go to those groups that I'd already spoken with and continue that dialogue. And to be honest, it was a very, very quick transition between the research organization at the University of Houston and the research organization at Shell. I started as a research engineer in a field that was very similar to what I had done for my graduate work. I did research as an individual researcher for about 7 years, and found myself moving into more of a leadership role almost organically. And before you know it, I was asked to move into a research manager role. And that research manager role then led to a number of research management roles. And at one point, I was asked if I would like to leave the research organization and basically go work as an assistant to one of the executive vice presidents. I then was, again, since I demonstrated a little bit of ability to broaden myself, moved into a health, safety, environment management role, and then into an offshore operations management role. And then growing from the local to the global, I took on a global leadership role for the deepwater development part of Shell. And that led me to leading a new line of business in Canada, exploiting one of the heavy oil fields that Shell has been working on for about 60 years. I suspect that, like many of the other award winners, I was very, very pleased and surprised to even have been nominated. And receiving the award to me it's still soaking in a bit, because I think the history of the University of Houston Engineering College is so rich with very, very strong accomplishments, and I find it very humbling to be considered part of that group.